Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss Diaz.
All right, so today in social studies, we are going to talk about American history. So our essential questions on the board here are number 1, why would someone come to America from a different country? And number 2, do you know someone who came to America from a different country? Today our goal is we are going to be able to identify and compare events in history and give reasons to why they happened. Okay, so what we're going to do in the beginning is we are going to make our brainstorming web. And we are going to figure out what we know before we start our lesson. Go ahead and put your name on the top of your web. And in the middle of your bubble, I want you to write American history. Yes.
How do you spell American history?
American, capital A. M-E-R-I-C-A. N. American history. H-I-S-T-O-R-Y.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so here, go ahead and put your finger on the word before. On this side of your brain map, I want you guys to write 4 to 5 different sentences about things that you know about American history before we start our lesson. Different things, it might be about a president, it might be about crops, it might be about a vocabulary word you know. Yes?
Are we writing the title here?
No, we don't need to. But don't write anything in the after because we are going to come back to this at the end of the week. It could also be about different big events that happened in America a long time ago. Okay, pencils down. So we should be done by now with our brainstorming map. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set a 2-minute timer. Everyone put 2 fingers in the air. 2-minute timer. Okay, and you are going to grab your partner and you're going to read off what you wrote and you're going to listen to what your partner wrote. Okay? And so we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to start my timer and partner talk.
Okay, you do one first. Okay, Ghostbuster, George Washington was the first revolutionary person in the United States. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th. Yeah, it's a really good plan. What? Oh, good. Founded by Thomas Jefferson, the first president. American history.
I like that point you made.
I'm reading to nothing.
All right, time's up. Go ahead and pass up your maps. Let's see. This group's done. Good job. Okay. We are going to be coming back and looking at those at the end of the week. All right, everyone go ahead and give me 5 in the air. 4, 3, 2, 1. Put over your lip. So we're going to be quiet because I'm going to be reading off the board. And we're going to be paying attention to these highlighted words. While I read this, every time I say a highlighted word, I want you guys to point at it, okay? And listen carefully. Long ago, explorers from Europe sailed to North America searching for gold and land. An explorer is a person who is the first to travel to a new place. Settlers, yes?
What does settlers mean?
We're about to find out. We're about to read it. You ready? Settlers, or people who make a home in a new land, followed the explorers. So do you know what settlers are now? They're people who make a home in a new land.
People who make a home in a new land.
Perfect. Yep. All right, next bulletin. Spanish settlers built a colony in Florida called St. Augustine. Has anyone ever been to St. Augustine?
I've been to St. Augustine.
Me too. Okay. A colony is a community ruled by a country far away. Do we live in a colony?
Yes. We don't?
Nope. We live in America and we rule ourselves here. Same place. So. Plymouth was settled by people called the Pilgrims. Native Americans helped the Pilgrims grow crops such as corn, squash, and beans. When might you have corn, squash, and beans? What time of year? Same?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yes, sir. All right, I have a couple questions for you guys, okay? And we're going to know these questions by the end of the week. What are some of the colonies that European settlers built North America? What are some of those first areas? Traven?
Europe?
No, Europe. When Europe came to America and settled here, they made some new colonies. Zane?
St. Augustine, Jamestown, and Plymouth.
St. Augustine, Jamestown, and Plymouth. What impact do you think immigrants had on Native Americans when Europeans built colonies? So when the Indians were here and we came over here, what do you think happened to those Indians? What different things happened to them? Brylan?
They got pushed. They pushed them off their land.
They pushed them off their land. And so do they have much land anymore here?
No.
No, they don't. What holiday do we celebrate to remember the feast the Pilgrims and Native Americans shared? Traven?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Do you know what month Thanksgiving is in?
December?
Not December, Brylan.
February?
No. November. That's next month, guys. How is this like what happened to the Cherokee? This is a harder question because we have not talked about the Cherokee. Traven?
The Cherokee lost their land has to move west.
The Cherokee lost their land and has to move west. So just like the Indians in America that were pushed out, so were the Cherokee. Babe, go ahead and cut it. All right, next we're gonna do a peanut butter and jelly time, okay? So you're gonna need your history notebooks, you're gonna need your highlighter, and you're gonna need your pencil. Go ahead and get that out. Okay, at this time, I want you and your peanut butter jelly partner to talk about any questions you have about what we just went over, or if you found out something new. I want you guys to go ahead and talk about it, okay? Talk about what was on the slides. Talk about what we just learned. Yes, Riley?
Are we writing it in our notebook?
We're not gonna write it yet. We're gonna use our notebooks in just a little bit, okay? All right, go ahead. I'm gonna walk around and listen to some conversation. If you guys need a nudge, I'm gonna give you a little nudge, okay? So go ahead and start your peanut butter jelly talk, okay?
Cherries.
In Indian.
Really?
Do you know what type of Indian?
Is it the Northwestern Indian?
Maybe that's something that we need to talk about again. Is Cherokee Indians? That's a really good question, Riley.
What have you learned?
What?
Was there a president whenever we came to America? Yeah, huh? That's a good thought.
here.
All right, Zane, I haven't heard a question from Benny yet. Is there a question that you have for Brian?
No.
Is there something that you learned that was new?
I learned the cherry case
Yeah, we did.
St. Augustine
Yeah.
and whatever.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop our peanut butter jelly talk is over. All right, good job. I heard a lot of really good questions and answers from our partners. All right, first thing that we're gonna do, why we got our notebooks out, our history notebooks and our pencils, is because we are going to do a reflection of what we have learned today. In your history journals, you will need to write one paragraph. How many sentences is in a paragraph? Traven?
3,
Not 3, but good try. Rylan?
5.
5. Of things that you learned today in class, you may also write any questions you have about what we are learning. So if you had a question with your peanut butter jelly partner, like Rylan, you had a question about what is a Cherokee Indian. That could be a question that you put in your journal so we can come back to it and answer it, okay? So go ahead and open up your reflection journals. And you are going to begin writing your 5 sentences about what we have learned today. All right, pencils down, guys. Now we're going to share what we wrote in our reflection. So we're only going to pick one sentence or question, and we're going to share it with our class, okay? All right, Draven, you can go ahead and go first, buddy.
I learned that the pilgrims came, the Indians lost their lands.
All right, good job. Zane, go ahead and read yours, bud.
Today in my history class, I learned about the Cherokee Indians and how they got pushed out of the lands by the Europeans.
Yeah, okay. So, Traven, did you have an answer like that too? That the Indians got pushed out of their land?
Yes.
All right, so we got to pick up our highlighters, and we both have to highlight that sentence because you guys had the same thought, and so it must be pretty important. So let's go ahead and highlight it. All right, good job, guys. All right, go ahead and close your notebooks, and you can put them away. All right, so we've read and we've highlighted, and so that's going to be it for today. And whenever we come back tomorrow, we're going to add on to everything that we learned today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good job.